Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It is a wicked Wednesday, middle of the week. I have to do stuff like that to remind me. I'm in one of those kind of like modes this week where I'm struggling to figure out what day it is. So thank you for that, Jamie. He says you're just getting old. That's not a great way to start, is it? Brutal start to the show there. But yes, it is definitely a Wednesday. Thank you if you joined in all the breakfast show fun and frolics earlier on. That was a very busy show. And if you were watching that show, you will know that I was teasing you to something big which we are launching today, and hopefully loads of you are now in because of that, because in this show we are going to be announcing something that you all want to be a part of. We'll be giving you a bit of a taste of what that's going to look like, and then in the later show be talking about it more. That's in the 2 o'clock show. Beautiful Beginnings is also happening tonight, as it always does on a Wednesday, so there's lots to look forward to. Before we make the announcement of what is happening and what you can get involved in, let's say hello to the lovely lady the other side of the studio, who I'm delighted to say is back. She's getting roared and cheered from the gallery. It is the lovely Sheila Halliwell. I never get that, Sheila. I never get that.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Ben. I'm sure you do. Well, we cheer for you when we're watching it at home. Me and Wayne sit there going, "Whoa, we love that, we love that." So yeah, hello everybody.
It's lovely to have you back, and I know you're going to be demoing with lots of the Christmas goodies. Just so that we know, your 2 demos in the show are going to be with
the tag dies, and also the Christmas stamps, which launched last week, didn't they? The ones with the lovely little circular emblems, and then all those letters that you can jiggle around and make new words with that you never knew existed.
Exactly right. Christmassy words and non-Christmassy words. But we are here for an announcement. So let's get straight to it and find out what this is all about. Something which is coming your way very soon that we want you to be a part of, that you can become a part of today. Here is the one and only Leanne with all the juicy goss.
Hello, it's Leanne here. I'm here to invite you to Christmas in the Making Live. It's going to be on Sunday the 31st of August, and it's a full day of live crafting with 5 festive, fabulous projects for you to create. Did you love Crafterganza? Did you feel you missed out? Did you want to join in? This is for everybody, and we're going to be doing for a full day those 5 fabulous festive crafting projects. There's going to be cards, gift tags, boxes, 3D projects, colouring, embossing, die cutting, you name it, I'm going to include it, and I'm going to take you by the hand, step by step on the journey. We are going to be using our brand new launchers, but if you don't have them, I don't want you to worry, because we're going to give you all of the measurements, all of the skills, all of the know-how, and you can craft along with your own stash at the same time. Sunday the 31st of August, it's going to be the most glamorous festive event that you could imagine. Get your ticket. I can't wait to see you there.
There you go, get your tickets now, as you have just seen. Here are the details right there. Christmas in the Making Live, Sunday the 31st of August, 1 day, 5 projects. Leanne, and it is going to be incredible. Obviously, expert tuition with Leanne, and the opportunity for you, whatever your level of crafting, whether you're a beginner, whether you are someone perhaps who missed out on Crafterganza and wish you'd done it, whether you are someone who has been crafting for years but you just want to hang out with Leanne for the day. This is your opportunity to be able to grab your ticket. So it's £50 if you're here in the UK, $65. You will also get with it 3 digital card inserts as well, which Leanne will be using over the course of the event. So just little inserts to go into the projects that she'll be making. So you're going to get your Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. These are coming to you obviously as digital files, so you can resize these if you want. You can use them multiple times as well. You've got your Christmas wishes there, and then you're also going to receive your Have a Wonderful Christmas. So those will come to you in digital form. Feel free over the course of this show to ask any questions, but more than that, feel free to get in and get those tickets right now, because I have a feeling this is going to be one of those events that everybody is going to want to be involved in. But as I say, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll do my very best to answer them over the course of the show. Radical Rachel is in, Lois has joined us in Ohio, Trudy Bickham joins us, Florence joins us in France, and Carolyn Laverspear says good morning from Idaho, Ben and company and crafting mates, and Carol Harvey says my birthday is today, I've got loads of crafty goodies, happy birthday to you Carol, and Karen Wells-Sorrell joins us from Kentucky, hi also to Rosalind Russell who says a reasonably priced event. It is, I think Sheila, very exciting this, isn't it? And like we were chatting before the show about this because we obviously knew about it. It's very exciting, and for that £50 to get that whole day with Leanne, I think is just going to be a really, really fab thing.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Now, while I was driving down today, I was thinking about how when you go to a class, you know, very often it can be like £25 for a class. You have to get in the car, you have to put your petrol in, you have to drive there, you know, you take your sandwiches, and added up, it can all become quite costly. This is great because this is coming to you. You don't even have to take your pyjamas off.
Oh, I love that.
You can just sit and do it at your desk in your pyjamas, you know, grab your cup of tea, have your porridge. A bit like Crafterganza, you can watch it and then you can go back to it, can't you, Ben, and re-watch it and then maybe do your making with it. Obviously, this time, it means you've got the choice to use what you want. If you've got any of our Christmas collections that you've bought over the last, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, and you've not used them yet, and you're thinking, what can I do with them? This is going to be great because that you can get all those out, have those ready. You might even have the same things that Leanne is going to be using. So the good thing is you can then do exactly what Leanne is doing, or you can do it with your own collection that you've got and go, oh my goodness, look how different it is. You know, so you're going to get a different look to your project, even though Leanne is directing you and holding your hand all the way, explaining how to do it, the best way to do it, tips and tricks. So I think it's great to get those 5 lessons, and it'll be a whole day. And as we've said, you can do it live, as with Crafterganza, or you can just watch it and then you can come back to it again. And you're going to be able to print out those lovely little inserts for your cards, which is amazing because I can never find inserts that I want in mine. The fact that that comes as a digital download, you print them time again, trim back, and straight into your card.
And the great thing is, as Sheila said, so you don't need to buy any special kit. Obviously, Leanne will be crafting with some of the Christmas launches that we are and have already brought you over the course of the few weeks. So if you've got that already, that is obviously a bonus, but you'll get a full materials list in advance of what you will need, and then you can use items from your stash, or if you've got the collections, of course, you'll be able to use those and, you know, create for instance, the Christmas card or the festive box that she's going to make, and you can decorate it the own way that you want to do it. And when you order, just to say, because I know there'll be kind of maybe confusion about this, you'll get a link before the event day with everything that you need to get prepped for all of the classes. So that's how that part of it will work. And you'll obviously get the link to be able to download your digital inserts as well. And as Sheila's already touched on, obviously the event is going to take place on Sunday the 31st of August. If you can't make the whole day, or maybe you can't make the day but you still want to be involved in it, once you've purchased your ticket, listen to me, purchased. Once you've bought your ticket, you've got the opportunity then to be able to watch this back whenever you like, and you can rewatch and rewatch and rewatch again to your heart's content. And as far as like level of experience is concerned, again, these are designed for all levels basically. It's something that I know Leanne has been quite big on. She's going to walk you through all the techniques, going to show you obviously step-by-step guides for all the projects she's going to be doing, so that you can develop new skills. You know, even if you're more experienced, you might think to yourself, well, I want to learn more about construction. Obviously, we've got a class for that within this particular Christmas in the Making Live. There's things in there for everybody. And the other brilliant thing about this is that if you are fairly new and you're thinking about doing it and you're a little bit worried, obviously, if you join in live, you'll be able to ask Leanne all of the questions because it's a live event. So don't worry about that. You know, you can ask the questions, get involved, and really have some fun with this. And of course, you'll be able to chat with her during the event as well, which is brilliant. So you can ask the questions. I'm sure that the chat will probably deviate from craft into other things as well. Chrissy Dennis says, what brilliant news. And Karen Fisher says, good morning from a hot and humid Florida. Christmas in the Making Live sounds exciting. I think genuinely, if you enjoyed the Crafterganza experience, then this is something that you are absolutely going to want to join in with. I think if you're someone perhaps who didn't do crafterganza and you wish that you had, then again, this is something that you can now jump in and go, well, actually, I missed out on crafterganza, but I'm going to join it in with this. So it's £50 if you are in the UK, $65 if you are in the US. And like I say, get your ticket today. You'll get access to those digital inserts, those downloads, if you like, as well. And then you're away and you'll get all the information that you need as to what Leanne is going to be using. So we'll provide you with a full list of materials in advance, and then you can use the papers that she might be using. And if you don't have them, of course, you can decide to use your own. It may well be that you want to make the projects and you've got kind of, Christmas goodies or papers from last year or the year before, and you want to, have ideas as to how to use those within the classes that she's going to do. Well, of course, you can. One day, 5 projects with Leanne, expert tuition, crafting in real time. As I say, all the kit lists and the measurements will be provided for you ahead of time. So even as far as the measurements are concerned, I think when we've done craft-alongs previously, that's probably an area where people perhaps get a little bit stuck. You'll have those in advance so you can even start kind of prepping before the classes begin, which I think is brilliant. And it will be recorded to playback any time. So we'll leave the details up here. Obviously, get your tickets. They're live now on the website for you to grab. What you're going to see over the course of this show and indeed the later show will be Sheila crafting with lots of the Christmas goodies that we've brought to you over the course of the last few weeks, just giving you a bit of a taste, a bit of an idea of the kind of things that you might be seeing if you join in with the Christmas in the Making live event. Let me know in the comments as well if you've got your ticket yet, if you're going to get your ticket, if you're going to be joining in live, if you're going to be getting the ticket but you're not going to be able to join live, so you're going to watch it back at a later date. Sparkly Sue says, I am in. Yes, Sparkly Sue. She says, I've got my ticket. And Lynn says, Christmas in the Making, that is the last day of my holiday, so we're a great way to take my mind off going back to work. I absolutely love that. Yes, beat those going back to work blues with Leanne on our Christmas in the Making live event. Bottom of the screen, coming up is your Christmas tag die showstopper. So as I say, over the course of this show or the next show, we'll be showing you some of the Christmas launches that you might want to get your hands on that you might have missed, but you don't necessarily have to have these to take part in the Christmas in the Making live event. These are those brilliant tags. It is a 10-piece set. You're going to get your cardstock with this as well to make up your showstopper. But what is so brilliant about this is that you've got all these fantastic dies, these designs here that you can use. Yes, for your Christmas tags, but also that you can use for little toppers. You can use these as edgeables. You can use these to decorate your place settings. You can use these on your crackers. You can use these on bookmarks. You're fully craftable with these as well, as far as making lots of other things away from tags. But also, if you do want to make tags and bookmarks, you can make them as long or as short as you want them to be as well. So you get all of the different designs in here, as far as like your Christmas tree, your bells, your baubles, your holly, your presents, your stocking, your snowflakes, your poinsettia, and then you get the dies to be able to create the tags and the bookmarks in there as well. Alongside that, you will also get your cardstock too, and this, of course, is from the new Star Dream range that we have been using. You're going to get 8 sheets, I believe, this time around. 8 sheets, 2 of each of the colours that you're going to be getting. I'm sure that's it. You're going to get the gold, you're going to get the green, you have got the red in there, and then that beautiful silver, that platinum is included as well. 285 GSM, double-sided the cardstock for you as well, and that is included within your bundle. £26 or $32 on that. If you are a platinum member, it is $20.80 or $25.60, and that is, of course, that's tariff-free as well, isn't it? Tariff-free as well. Right. Keep letting me know if you're joining the Christmas in the Making live event. Who's going to be there? I need to know. I need to know who's going to be joining in as Sheila gets ready to amaze you with a fantastic demo on these tags.
Thank you, Ben. It's very exciting.
I know,
it?
it's really exciting.
I wish I could join, because I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be here.
I'm in France.
Oh yes, you'll be on holiday, won't you?
Yeah.
So,
but I suppose I could join in from France. You can join in from wherever.
Well, you can, yeah. You can join in if you're on the moon, and lots, lots of people keep saying they're going up there, so you never know. Crafting on the moon, that may be our next thing. But before we do a demo with the tag dies, let's actually show you some of the samples, because as you said, which I thought was interesting last week, Ben, about you thinking, oh, it's a tag die, all I can do with it is make tags. Well, no, that isn't what you can just do. I mean, and all you people out there that are watching, you're so creative. All our design team are so creative. If you want to, you can just do a whole batch of tags like this. So basically, you just make your tags, you're ready, put them in a box, they're all ready to go on your gifts. But you can use them in lots of other ways. Let's look what the design team have done. So just by actually not using the top edges or the bottom edges of the tag, just using the snowflake panels, and look at that, one on either end of a piece of card. Completely different.
Yeah, incredible.
No sign of a tag. This one ends up like almost like an edgeable die. So again, it's about taking all the bits that you've got, cutting into them, cutting out of them, and creating some absolutely fabulous things. Look at the amazing box with the lid.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
And then the little box here. And then, of course, you've got your cards. Little shaker elements. Who would have thought that tag dies could turn into something so amazing? And then again, a little bit more like an edgeable here. Really, really exciting. And, you know, you can be doing this at home if you've got those tag dies. So what I thought we'd do for the demo today, and I don't know how this came into my head, it's nothing too extravagant, but I know how many people give gift cards for presents at Christmas. You know, we've got, I have like nephews and nieces, great nephews and nieces, who are getting to that teenage year now where they need to, you know, be choosing their own things. So gift cards are a really useful thing to do. So what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to show you exactly from the beginning how I came up with this idea. I was thinking about a gift card holder. Thinking, well, you need to slot a gift card into something, don't you? You normally get it in like a little card and it slots in. So, of course, bring in the die set. Let's put it on a piece of card and then you can see if you've not already got these. So you can see straight away you've got your 3 tops, you've got your 3 bottoms, and then you've got your little icons here that you're going to use within your tags. So I thought, okay, let's have a look at what we've got. Perfect. So this one, which is like a rounded end, this is the one that's going to sit onto here and make that little opening where we can sit a gift card.
Yes.
So that was my thought process with that. Cut it out and thought, okay, let's pop that to one side. We don't need that now. But then we need something to put it into. So then I got a piece of my scrap card out of my box, and I wanted to tell you this because I know that a lot of you have said, you know, you like to see how we think things up. So of course I took the matching top of the tag, which is this one, popped it onto a piece of card there, and obviously when we're doing the tags we tend to cut the end here and then we trim down the side and then we do the tag on either there, like the icon or the little image on the side or the bottom to create that tag. What I wanted to do was create something very similar actually, and I'll bring it in again because we've just looked at this, to the little like box here that we've got. It's been done in a very similar way.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen that at that point, so it's very, very similar. But then I thought, okay, can we then fold these pieces down? So you'll have to excuse all my little marks on here.
That's
because
all right.
this was just a test run.
Yeah.
So then the idea was that we fold it up like that and it almost creates a little bag. You could hang it on a tree, you could put it onto a present and have an extra bit in there with your gift tag. You know, we all sometimes like to give 2 or 3 presents at once. So that could then go onto your present. But if you see, so when I opened this up, I thought, okay, so that doesn't look very good inside. So I need to probably extend this and then we can put some little like mats and layers on top. So then obviously I've taken a long piece of card, which is A4, and I'll give you the measurement of that. It's A4 and it measures 4.5 inches.
Yeah.
So the idea now is, and there's a couple of ways of doing this, because you might want to decide whereabouts you do it. What I think the easiest way is to do this is to take the piece of A4, so the strip of A4. Okay, now as you know, A4 is a really odd measurement. You can either cut it so that you've got it at a really even measurement. What I normally do is cut it to about 28 centimetres.
Yeah.
So that we know we can divide it by 4, we can divide it by 7, 2,
yeah.
etc. Or the other thing you can do is you can just turn it over and kind of fold it, like, a bit like we used to do. before we had all these magical devices like scoreboards and things like that, just put a little point there because that's where halfway is. And then what we'll do, I'll just take my tool out here and I will score it along that line. Okay, so I'm just going to do it to 4. The other thing you can do, of course, is you can actually turn it that way so that you can still see the line and you know you're going to be straight at the top. So you can put a little notch there and then we'll put it back on and we'll just score down there. Okay, so that's how I'm going to get roughly my halfway mark. It's not the end of the world if it's not right. And then we can just do that. Okay, so that gives us our halfway point. Now what you can do is take a measurement of that if you want to.
Yeah.
And again, this is where I cheat. So a lot of the time, because as you already know, lots of you know that my mathematics skills are absolutely zero. They're right at the bottom of the scale. I can measure, but mathematics is not my strong point. So now you can see this measures like 5 7/8, which is like half of A4 when we're making an A5 card from a piece of A4. That's where we fold it to get the middle thereabouts. So if we now, we've got the 6-inch point here and we've got this edge here. So what we're going to do is we can then put a little mark at 3 there. Yep. And we can do it the same on this side as well. So let's do it. So I'm using my 6 here and I'm using this little bit. So I've got about the same gap here as I have here. And then I can do another little 3 mark there. So if I now score down there, so let me find my little mark. We've got some bright lights in the studio here, so I'm going to do it on there. And I'm going to just grab my pencil, just so that I can show you. We've got such bright lights in here that we can't always see where the...
Yeah, I was struggling to show the cardstock earlier. It's really bright your side,
yeah, where the score line, where my score mark is. So if I just do it with my pencil, roughly, and then you can see. And I just wanted to show you how I kind of do this in my brain. Yeah. So let's have a look. You're probably thinking, oh gosh, there was such a much easier way to do this, Sheila. But I like to make it complicated. in an easy way. Is there such a thing, Ben?
I know what you mean. You like to do it your way.
Yeah, yeah. Because this is how I come up with the idea, really, of going, right, well, will that work? And we'll see in a minute whether it will or not.
Well done, by the way. I can see that Kelly says she's got her ticket. Elaine, absolutely love Crafterganza. Can't wait to be involved in this. Blanca Sabreco has got her ticket as well. Anna Maria, I will recap on everything for you after this demo about what you get. So don't worry, all will be revealed.
Okay, so now that I think that's made that easier for me. When I did this one, right, I didn't have any score lines or anything. I had no idea where this was going to... how this was going to end and where I would match this up so it was even to here. So now I've got a little score line and we can keep that score line in because you might want to fold this over, and I'm happy about that. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to look on my mat here, and obviously we said this was 4.5 inches, didn't we? So I have now, what I did, I cheated again. You'll not be able to see this. Let me bring it up. I did a little bit of a cheat, and I actually marked with my pencil where I thought that needed to be on there, like that. So let's pop that onto there. And don't worry about your tape here, because this is going to actually now cut through there. Okay, so we'll put it through the machine. Now bear in mind as well, you don't need to put the whole thing through the machine. You just need to go up to where you've put your die. So we'll just wind that through there.
Trusty old MIDI, through it goes.
Yeah, and bring it back. And I'll just go a little bit further, just to make sure it's gone through. Bring it back, and then there we go. Now that should have cut that one, where the score line is. And then we can fold that now back down into there, and we'll just peel that off carefully. And then we'll repeat that on this side. Now then, another little trick that you can do here now, fold that over, so you can see now how much neater that is than the kind of prototype that I did.
Prototype, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get you, totally.
So that now makes us a nice little wallet, and then we can put a mat and layer on there. So what we can do now, another little bit of trickery here is we can pop that now roughly on there, so we can use that as a guide as to where we want that to cut. So let me just pop that into there. I should probably do it on the mat rather than the little cutting plate, shouldn't I? Folder, should I say. So I am more or less happy with that there now. Okay, and then we can pop that side through now. Okay, so let's do that, and we'll keep this bit poking out there.
Hi to Trudy, she says our tags are coming today. Anna says, came after Ben was talking about the ticket, it's crafting along, I believe, yeah. I'll recap on it all after this demo, but basically this is your in to the class with Leanne. It's a day, 5 classes in total you're going to get, and you will get some digital downloads, which I'll show you again in just a second. We're saying as well, best thing to do is make sure you order your tickets as soon as possible, but before the 27th of August, so we can make sure that you've got all the measurements and the kit list as well that you'll need.
Yeah, definitely. I think the good thing about it as well is that I know, I've got a rough idea of what Leanne is actually going to be doing. As she said in the video, you know, she's going to be showing you all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
But when I've seen the things that are on there, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I think you're going to have, I think it's going to be incredible for you. I think it really is, you know, there's a lot of thought gone into it, and I think it's going to be really, really exciting.
And it's like such a varied like class list as well, isn't it? From like a gift bag to a Christmas card to like embossing, advanced card design. So I feel like there's something for everybody as well, like beginners right up to advanced.
Definitely, and I think there's going to be a bit of kind of individuality to some of it as well. So there's going to be some unusual and detailed things. So things that you probably thought, I can't do that, I can't do that. But you will be able to do it after Leanne has shown you what she's, you know, how to do it. And you're going to just have a great time.
I think the really nice thing as well is, like, I'm assuming that if you are going to order this and you're going to be coming along live to it, and if you do come along live and, you know, say you do get a little bit stuck on one of the classes, it doesn't really matter, because then you can come back and watch that class after it's finished as many times as you want. And then do it at your own pace and pause it or rewind it. So you've got that kind of backup as well, haven't you? Which you wouldn't necessarily have if you went to a class, say, you know, in your local village hall or whatever it might be.
Well, yeah, definitely. I think it's just, I think you're going to have such fun. I mean, the joy for me is that you can sit at home and do it. And then,
I love
like
that,
you say,
in your PJs.
Yes. And you can, or you could even take it outside and do it on your, watch it on your laptop or your iPad, and then come back in and do it after. Right, so what I'm going to show you now is this. You would just need now 2 layers like this, 2 mats. If you want to, I was going to put paper on, but I quite like it just on the red. So this is where now you would use your other die. And we'll just do this bit for you, and then obviously we can go back to Ben, because I don't want to, you know, we want to show you everything that you're going to get. I mean, if you wanted to, you could actually do 2 gift cards in here, but you could put your message on one side. I just wanted to show you something a little bit different. So all we need to do now is pop that into there.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't measured this because I was going to put my debit card in to measure, because I hadn't got a gift card, obviously. So if you wanted to, you could do a top bit as well and slide it through, but I quite like it at the bottom, because that way then you can see the whole, you'd see more or less the whole card. Whereas if you had a gap at the top as well, that would mean that you wouldn't be able to see the whole card. So I think just by having a piece at the bottom like this. So let's do that. So all we need to do now is I need to just carefully peel that tape off there. And then you have your little holder there. So now all you would need to do...
Oh, perfect.
Pop that into there. Let's just tape that in so you can see. And if you're going to do a mat and layer, then what you would need to do is cut through the both of them. So you would do your mat on top of here, and then you would actually do the cut then through both pieces. Just remember not to tape on the back of there. You can go along the bottom if you want to, but let's have a look. So we pop that on there. But it's nice to be able to show you something different. So then if you imagine then, your little card can slot in there. You can tie that up. You can decorate this however you like. I will decorate this. Obviously, I'm aware of we've got other things to tell you. So what I'll do, I'll decorate this later on, and then I'll put a picture of it on my my page, and then you can see when it's got like glitter on and it's got sentiment and stuff. And then it's just another funky idea, just using two little elements of the tag dies.
There you go. If you want to grab those details at the bottom of your screen for that showstopper. So just for those of you joining them, we're going to watch the video again with Leanne as we go into a short break here. So it's Christmas in the Making Life. She'll give you all the details in this video. But basically, to surmise, you're paying for a ticket to join the event, which is taking place on Sunday the 31st of August. It's 5 classes, which Leanne will tell you about. The sooner you order, the better. Certainly order before the 27th of August because we need time to send you out your kit list and measurements and all those different kind of things to make sure that you are ready for this event. You don't necessarily need to have all of those Christmas launches that we've got as well, because as you'll hear from Leanne, you can kind of like, you know, sub in your own papers from Christmases previously, or if you don't want to make a Christmas project, you can make an Easter project or a Valentine's project, whatever you've got. But if you want to be part of this event, it's £50 or 65 bucks. She'll talk about the digital inserts which you will get. So it's these that you will get when you purchase your ticket. And again, you can print these off as many times as you want. You can resize these as well, but those are included within your ticket price. And it is happening on the 31st of August. So good opportunity to get checked out. Here is all the information in a much more expanded form with the lady who's going to be leading the classes on the 31st of August. Here she is. Here's Leanne.
Hello, it's Leanne here. I'm here to invite you to Christmas in the Making Live. It's going to be on Sunday the 31st of August, and it's a full day of live crafting with 5 festive, fabulous projects for you to create. Did you love Crafterganza? Did you feel you missed out? Did you want to join in? This is for everybody, and we're going to be doing for a full day those 5 fabulous festive crafting projects. There's going to be cards, gift tags, boxes, 3D projects, colouring, embossing, die cutting, you name it, I'm going to include it, and I'm going to take you by the hand, step by step on the journey. We are going to be using our brand new launchers. But if you don't have them, I don't want you to worry, because we're going to give you all of the measurements, all of the skills, all of the know-how, and you can craft along with your own stash at the same time. Sunday the 31st of August, it's going to be the most glamorous festive event that you could imagine. Get your ticket. I can't wait to see you there.
Hi everybody, I am Cindy A. Lewis. I do have a YouTube channel, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV and Sarah Davies. I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV, on all the scheduled shows. I've learned and so much inspiration from all the shows. I appreciate the Angel Policy, using the inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own. And Sarah, I'm so glad you're back and fully in charge. I'm so happy about that. You could really sell ice to those in the North Pole. As you can see, all these bins back here are dies and stamps from Crafters Companion, almost all. Those markers are all Spectrum Noir markers in the back. And these bins are all full of your kits, all the kits, like Sarah's signature kits and the different ones. So I keep them all together. And then down there are all, let's see, those are all in those bins, Christmas dies and stamps, mostly from Crafters Companion. And I just have to say, I'm so happy that you are here and out there for all of us to inspire us. So thank you so much for letting me be a part from Little O, Oklahoma, USA.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back, everybody. It's exciting, isn't it? We saw the video at the start of that little break there of Leanne giving you the information about the event. I've just seen like a few comments coming through. Let me kind of like just tackle again some of the things that you might be thinking. Feel free to ask questions though, but it's a point of get your ticket as soon as you can. It won't be one of those things where you'll be able to buy your ticket after the event, if you know what I mean, and then re-watch it. You get the ticket now, and as we said, before the 27th of August is best. So then we've got everybody who's going to be coming along to the event, you know, obviously digitally, and then we can send out everything that you need as far as your full materials list is concerned, and like your measurements as well, so you're going to get all of that in advance. When you purchase your ticket today as well, as I showed you just before the break, you're going to get those 3 digital inserts, which Leanne will be using with the classes. And again, you can print those off ad infinitum. You can print and resize, so you've got those forever, basically. As you'll have these classes forever as well. I must stress that. You buy today, that gives you your invite to the live event on the 31st of August, as Leanne was explaining. 5 classes across the day, so you get to spend the day with Leanne, you know, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best experts in the business. And you'll be able to chat live, you'll be able to ask those questions live as well. But the brilliant thing about this is that if you want to do it and you can't be there all day, once you've bought the ticket, you can then re-watch this back over and over and over again. You can join in for a couple of the lives and then do the 3 classes after that later on in the day, or the next day, or the day after. And then if you do them all live, and as I said earlier on, and you get to a point where, I don't know, the doorbell rings or something happens or you get a little bit stuck or whatever it might be, you've then still got that backup of knowing that you can go back and watch the classes at a later date, pause, rewind, rewatch, so that you can get the very best out of them. And I think that kind of plays into this whole thing of that this is great for all skill levels. It's not just for more advanced crafters. Even if you're a beginner, you can jump in, do the live, ask Leanne all the pertinent questions, and then you can then obviously rewatch, pause, rewind, and do it at a time which is suitable for you. So there's loads and loads of options with it. When you make your order, you'll receive a link before the event day with everything that you need. So this is why we're saying if you can order before the 27th of August, we've got opportunity then to make sure that everything is prepped and ready to go. Yes, all 5 classes will be available to re-watch whenever you want to, once you've purchased that ticket. And as I said, level of experience, it really doesn't matter. If you're a beginner, I mean, this is 5 classes here which are going to step you up. If you're someone who's kind of an intermediate, again, I think you're going to find that there'll be things maybe you've not tried before. If you're more advanced, again, you know, it may well be that you think, well, I make a lot of cards, but, you know, I don't do so much construction. There's construction in here. There's something for everybody, and even an embossed advanced card design as well. So even if you're like the crafter of all crafters, I'm sure Leanne will still be able to teach you something. And after you've purchased, you'll get access information. So it's going to be hosted online. You'll be sent a link and an exclusive password so you can watch the class. And yes, it's interactive, right? So you'll be able to ask all those questions to Leanne during the 5 classes, and she'll be able to answer them for you. So it is a brilliant, brilliant event to be part of. It's £50. It is $65. You can order today. As I say, if you're going to leave it late, do it before the 27th. Love this idea, says Lois. Thank you. She says, oh, the tags as well. She says, I received the tags yesterday from HSN. Thank you to Sheila. And I just love watching Sheila, says Pat. I do too. I love her creativity because I am more of a construction person than a painting person. And Kelly O'Sullivan says, Ben, I'm going to the creative show on Saturday the 30th of October. Then on Sunday, having the Christmas Live with Leanne, a full Crafters Companion weekend. I absolutely love that. August, though, remember. Not October. Next up, stamps. We might have had more fun than we should have done with these on Saturday because obviously, details at the bottom of your screen for these, obviously you're going to be creating little Christmas messages with these, aren't you? We were just creating lots of words, sometimes silly words. I didn't do the silly words, it was Debbie Fisher that was doing that. Me, silly, no. But what you get with this, and if you're like me, I don't know if you, Sheila, probably not, because I think you're more perhaps sensible than I am. When I initially saw this, I was a bit like, What is it? Why do we like HJENYLWS and then a load of characters? Like, how are we supposed to even make words out of that? I didn't realise that these are the O's initially.
Yes,
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I didn't think the same thing because it was the first day I'd been up here before,
oh, was
or the
it?
second day before I'd actually started the job properly, so I just got handed a box of products and they were in there and I was a bit the same, thinking, what do you do with these? But then it's like you say, once you get it, once you've seen it, you are trying to make up so many words. And I was doing it when I was watching the shows on Friday, Saturday. Actually, it might have been a repeat that I watched, to be honest. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, there are so many words you can use and make from those things. Even just like crazy words. I mean, we'd said like jelly and, you know, you can do, you can chop into some of the letters as well, I think, can't you?
Well, Debbie Robinson was saying when she had them on Hobby Maker, like the L, for example, she chopped into that and made like the bottom of the L there as the point on the I, chopping into the W here and making a V, turning that upside down, making it an M. There's lots to do, but basically you've got all of your different characters. These are photopolymer stamps as well, but you've got all of your different characters in here. So you've got your snowman, you've got your penguin, you have got your Father Christmas, and then you've got your Rudolph. These are your O's, and so of course you can make up your Christmassy words. So obviously jolly, holly, holy, snow, and then of course you can be very, very imaginative and come up with lots of different words as well, which probably we'll talk about in the next 15 minutes. You get the stamps included, of course, in the bundle, the brand new stamps. It is a showstopper by way of adding in the rocker blocks. If you don't want the rocker blocks and you just want the collection on its own, check the shop today. UK and EU viewers, of course, you can do that. If you're in the US, that will incur tariffs. However, have a little bit of a look. But the best way to go is Showstopper, £20, $28. That is £16 or $22.40. But let's have a look at some of these with Sheila. They are very fun, and I think you're only limited to your imagination with these, really, Sheila, aren't you?
Definitely. You know, I've not had a lot of time to play with them, to be honest, because as you all know, as you're all aware, we've been in our Christmas launch, and for the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have launched so many things. Yeah. And it's for us as the crafting guests, we and the experts and the demonstrators, we don't have the same amount of time to play with these that you do. So looking at some of the, obviously I've just grabbed a handful of the samples that have been done by our design teams. Lovely Sean has done this. Look at it, it's just amazing.
So
you would never get a Christmas card like that unless you've made it yourself by hand with these beautiful products. I'm just going to flick through some and just show you how amazing they are. Kerry's done this one, and then we've got Nicole, obviously. Sorry, that's another by Kerry. And then we've got some by Nicole. I mean, the colouring, I've just been looking at them and thinking, oh my goodness, you know, it's ridiculous what you can do with these and how professional you can make these look. I mean, they almost look like it's something that's been printed, because the hours of work that have gone into them, and I'm guessing immense enjoyment. But you can be doing things like this, and you don't have to be fantastic at everything. What I did particularly like is look at the size of this one.
Brilliant.
Now, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's almost as wide as myself. Well, probably not, but it's a big card.
It is a big card.
It's a really big card. And what I've decided to do is to shrink it right down and make just a little card using just one of the stamps. Because obviously, I'm guessing a lot of you are going to be using these maybe with your children, with your grandchildren. They're going to be doing their cards for school.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect collection to do that, because you stamp them, they colour them, and then they cut them out and they put them on a card. And they might be able to spell some of the friends' names with some of these. I was just looking on the cover here, because I can nearly spell my name out of here. So we've got S-H-E. Now, we could either transform one of these to an I, but if we turn the H that way, we've got like an old style capital I, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
There with that. And then we've got the L. And then, I mean, a lot of people don't call me Sheila anyway. They call me She, or they call me Shields.
Shields.
For some reason. So a lot of people call me Shields. So I could do Shields. But if I wanted to do an A, I'm thinking we turn maybe the W upside down and snip into that, and maybe pop a little bit in from one of the other elements. So, you know, do have a good look at it. It's doable with a lot of it. Right, so what I'm going to do now, first of all, we're going to take this little, the snowman stamp. This is just the cutest little stamp. Now, I have got a big piece of white card, should I make a mistake, but I have just cut a little aperture from the card that I'm going to be making. So I thought, will that sit on there? And we can use that and save on a bit of giant piece of card? So I think we can. So let's just bring that in. And I'll pop that onto there like that. There we go. And then I can line that. I mean, I have just moved that, but it doesn't matter, because it's not like we're needing to line it up for the, like a big aperture or anything like that. I just want to be able to stamp it on there, because I'm cutting it out anyway. So let's just do that. A little bit of ink on there. And then we'll turn that over. So like I said, this was just a spare piece, and what I want to do is I'm going to colour it and cut it out anyway. So I've already got one prepared, and I've already cut some areas of it out. Yeah. There we go. You can see it's perfect. It just stamps beautifully. So you can see now we've got the little image there. So what I want to do is take my Colorista pencils, and I'm using the bright and vivid ones.
Oh, yes.
And I only need to use, I think, 2, possibly 3 out of here. Now, one of my favourite colours out of this collection is this like deep orange colour. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour the nose, and a bit like you would do with your alcohol pens. Yeah. I'm going to colour quite heavy. Okay. There.
You love these pencils, don't you?
Oh, I'm obsessed. These pencils, I've only got this one set. I just really need like all the other sets. This is my own set that I bought when I saw them.
Speak to Jake nicely, he might sort you out.
Oh, I just hate asking. You know what I mean? I just hate asking.
I'll ask him.
Asking to get things. I just don't like doing that. I just wait till I'm giving them. Otherwise, I'll probably become so overwhelmed that I'll be like, oh my goodness, this is too much lovely stuff. I can't deal with all this crap stuff. It's so lovely. So what we're going to do now, take this like lovely turquoisey, icy blue. Yeah. And we're going to just add a little bit of colour on there, because I wanted to make him look like he's cold. Yeah. So I'm just doing it really quite faintly. And I don't know if I'd like to know when people are colouring with their pencils, whether it be watercolour pencils, whether it be the Colorista wax ones. I'd like to know if they colour in like little circles like I'm doing here, or if they do it in like lines. I really don't know if there's a correct technique. This is what I used to do when I was little.
Well, let us know how you do it in the comments.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll colour all that the same, just with the lovely turquoise. And then what we'll do is we'll bring in the slightly darker blue, and we'll put that just along here, just to create a little bit of darkness under his little chubby chin.
He's a very cute snowman, isn't he? Like you say, he's very, very cutesy.
Oh, so, so lovely. So, so lovely. And then we'll do a little bit of darker shade down there, just because that then makes it look like his scarf is tied and then, you know, thrown over. And then what we'll do, I think, we'll add with this pencil as well, we'll add some colour to the little spots there. And then what we can do, because they blend with one another, and we don't need any water or anything with these, it's just almost like basic, back to the old days of using coloured pencils like we did in school back in the 70s. When it was a wet play time, they used to bring out like plasticine, which I used to love, especially if it was new.
Like plasticine or like, what was it called?
Yeah.
A Play-Doh.
Yeah, you'll see, you're younger than me, so it was plasticine for us, and it came in those great big thick, like ribbed.
Oh yes,
chunks.
you get like so it was almost like 3 like worms stuck together, wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah, they were
yeah,
ribbed.
and you split, and the smell of it, I can smell it now. And when she said we've got new plasticine, so don't forget, split it all up.
Yeah.
I used to love that. Or we would get, it would be colouring, and we'd get pencils out and we could draw, and that was my favourite thing. Love to just draw and stuff. So now you can see we've got like a little bit of shade on just here, and it's only subtle, but it's just there. And again, you don't have to be fantastic at colouring. Now to then add a little bit more colour, you can do that around the edge of the hat and around the pom-pom and so on. And then I would bring back in that orange, and I would colour just around here, like that. Okay. Now then, I'm going to do it quickly, only because this is going to be the underneath bit, because I've already got one, and I'll show you the bits I've cut out so that you can see. So this bit probably won't be seen, but what we can do then is we can bring in this one. So all I've done here, I've coloured it the same, but I've cut these bits out. So you can see how that goes, and then we can stick that onto there. And then what I've got the tiniest little card here. So let's bring in my little card. And this is I think it's a, now then, let me measure it. I think it's a 4x3, yes it is, which is
cool.
A7, I think.
That's retro Christmas as well, isn't it?
Retro Christmas. So we're going to pop a piece of the retro Christmas inside. Well, I'll put it the right way up, even though we're not going to see it. I do like to do that. So again, we'll just do this with the little tape runner, just for speed. And then, and I mean, this is nothing compared to what you're going to get with the classes from Leanne. Obviously, they are going to be, you know, amazing. I'm kind of wanting to do them myself, because I can learn so much more from Leanne than I already know. I mean, I was asking her last week, you know, about colouring and stuff, and she was telling me, you know, about different things, different aspects of colouring and getting the light and shade. So I feel that I could probably learn as much as everybody else could, really.
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do now, am I all right for time? Have I just got a minute to do this? Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll just quickly chop this one out here, and then we're going to hang this. So this, again, another great way of making some little decorations to go on your tree. You know, little gift decorations that your children could give to friends and the teachers and things.
I feel like as well, just when you cut the second stem out there, I felt like you could almost make these into little Christmas badges as well for the kids.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. If we pop that on there now, and I've got a little piece of thread here, so what I'm going to do, it's almost impossible to see this thread. So what I'm going to do is, I think it's like invisible, not individual, invisible thread.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll pop it on double there, and just cut a length of it like that. And then what we will do, when I put my little foam pad on there now, I'll make sure that that actually holds that tape as well. I think we might just be able to do it with that actually, without it showing. I'm sure that'd be, you'll know how to put that together, because you've got your own little, everybody's got different tools and different bits and bobs that they will use. So let's pop that on top of there, like that. And then I remembered, just before I actually stuck this down, that needs to go under there. So I didn't press it. What we can do, we can just pop that in that little aperture. If you've not got, I did it with a die, but if you've not got a die, just do it on your paper trimmer.
Yeah.
Let's just chop that little bit of the string off there that we don't need. If I can do it, I will. I might need to get I'll do it with a small scissors. I don't want to chop through the card. I'm aware of the time. So what you could do then is just pop a little sentiment on the bottom, and you've got a tiny little card. And this is so cute, brilliant. And it's one that you can do with your children, grandchildren, just using a little bit of one of those Christmas stamps.
And this is all the kind of stuff, you know, that you can do with these collections. And if you love to be able to like craft along, then this is the reason you're going to be jumping in for the Christmas in the Making Live with Leanne. 5 projects she's going to be working on over the course of that day, 31st of August. Just to stress as well, Kelly says, Ben, I got a bit excited. I thought Leanne said 31st of October. Definitely the 31st of August. You said, now I'm even more excited because it's sooner. Woohoo. Finally catching alive, says Kirsty B. Hello, Kirsty B. Carolyn Wilson says, I love this set. Very clever concept. And Sandy says, I love that Sheila uses these pencils. I have the full set of pencils and love them. And Colin Passardi, this is brilliant. I've never thought this of you, Colin. She says, true story. I was sent to the principal's office when I was in kindergarten because I wouldn't stop colouring to go to reading group. I love to colour. I can just imagine you being like dragged away. I want to colour. I don't want to do reading. Listen, we are just about done here. When we come back in an hour's time, more Christmas projects for you with launches that we've already bought you. But take advantage of getting your tickets for the Christmas in the Making Live event. It's all there on our website. We'll explain more about it, of course, in the next show as well. If you've got any questions about it as well, feel free to fire those into us. But it's going to be the must-be-at event at the end of August 31st. Grab your tickets now, and we'll talk much more about it later on. Massive thank you to Sheila, thank you to the team. We'll meet you back here in an hour's time. Until then, thanks for watching, and bye for now.